in the triangle. Accurate, balanced, to the point. This is NBC 17 News at 7.
For many people, tightening the family budget means getting rid of big car payments.
And if you find yourself in a lease and think you can't get out of it, think again. Our Kendall Jones gets answers on a way some Triangle residents are dropping expensive car payments.
People all over the Triangle are going online to get out from under their leases for a variety of reasons.
Our circumstances changed.
After Thomas and Karen Eck had their first child, Sarah, they knew something had to change.
And having an expensive lease payment just didn't fit in our budget any longer if she was going to stay at home with our child. So having the ability to have somebody else assume our lease was a perfect opportunity for us.
That's when they found LeaseTrader.com, a website where people who are leasing a car can transfer the car, payments, and all the legal liability over to someone else who's willing to take over the lease. The ex got rid of their leased Acura, and when they found out they were having another child, they sold their BMW and bought a Volkswagen Routan.
There are options for people who are on leases. They don't have to abandon them. They can certainly go into lease assumption process.
LeaseTrader is just one of many lease transfer websites, including TakeMyPayments.com and SwapALease.com. But in the past year on LeaseTrader, transfers in the Triangle have doubled, and the #1 reason people sell their lease is because they lost their job.
I like to keep things fresh, you know.
But for nightclub builder Nicholas Tallarico, sites like LeaseTrader allow him to get the newest cars with a short term remaining on the lease without making down payments or lowering his credit score.
Like I said, I've had 5 or 6 of these vehicles. It gives me the opportunity to have different cars without getting stuck with them for too long. And if something happens, you can't, say you don't want it anymore or you can't afford it, you just put it right back on LeaseTrader and dump it.
Financial planner Wanda Cooper says lease transfer sites offer something many lease companies don't.
Once you sign the dotted line, you're locked in for that term. You can't turn it back in.
Cooper says some leasing companies won't let the original buyer transfer the lease. And with 0% interest offers and many dealers anxious for customers, she says purchasing a car might be a much better option.
There are so many things out there today that lead me to lean more towards purchasing than leasing, provided you're not giving up all your liquidity to purchase.
But for most of those already in a lease, the website offers an alternative to get out. In Raleigh, Kendall Jones, NBC 17 News.
LeaseTrader charges roughly $200 for lease transfers, depending on if you are buying or selling. After those initial fees, the buyer and seller typically have to negotiate who will pay transportation costs for the vehicle and other fees that come from the lease company.
You could soon have to